Hello, this is Maciej Mikos welcoming you to World Talks, where every word matters. Poland has decided to implement harsher border controls in order to curb the flow of goods through a major customs terminal on the Belarusian border. The move is a response to Minsk's involvement in instrumentalizing the migrant crisis against the EU. Meanwhile, Aleksandr Lukashenko decided to release some of the political prisoners and sentence more of them in absentia. To talk about the latest on the Polish-Belarusian border and in Belarus itself, we're joined by Dmitry Balkunets, political writer and analyst. Good afternoon, Dmitry.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So tomorrow Poland will temporarily close the crossing in Kukuryki-Kozłowice for freight trucks entering Poland, that is, entering the EU. But why only for half a day?
Because I think it's instrument to show Lukashenko our ideas, how to stop repressions, how to release political prisoners, and how to stop migration war on the border. That is why we sent message for him, as also, as understood, Poland government also sent him message, strong message about situation with the trains on the border, and Lukashenko understands this situation, and yesterday he decided to start process for release political prisoners, and today first prisoners was released. And I believe it's a true way from the Lukashenko side, because no doubt that if this situation will continue, pressure from Poland, from China, also problems with Lukashenko communication, Lukashenko release all political prisoners, and the migration war, this game from Lukashenko will over. That is why we a long period ask Euro Union and sent message for Poland government, and we would like to thank you personally for Mr. Duda, President of Poland, and also government Poland, and personally for Mr. Radosław Sikorski, who supports this initiative, and to send a strong message for Lukashenko about situation on the border, and due to these measures, Lukashenko start a process for release political prisoners.
Right. Of course, I understand that the majority of the transit going through Belarus is from China, right? So it affects mainly Chinese interests. But how does it affect also the Belarusian economy?
So Belarus is Belarus is transit country. There are no another way from China to Euro Union. Via Belarus, a lot of trains every day move to Euro Union, to Poland, to another countries. That is why Lukashenko is so afraid of this situation, and Lukashenko also now isolated due to sanctions, his policy, stupid policy, and there are no another partners among Russia and China, not a lot. And today Lukashenko go to Astana. He will meet also with leader of China. And I think it will be one of the biggest questions for Lukashenko. That is also he afraid, because China is also one of the investors, and Lukashenko receive money. Money due to transit, Belarusian transit potential. That is why he also believes that is not good for him, for his family personally, because he receives money for his personal pocket. As it's not for country, sometimes he receives money for his family, and that is why if so will happen, was happened, Lukashenko lose money. And this pressure from China, from Kazakhstan, from Russia also, for Lukashenko, it's dangerous for him. He understands the situation. That is, I believe, he start some process for release political prisoners. I don't know how many. I hope all of political prisoners.
According to Vyasna, 4 of them have been released. Today?
Today, yes. But I believe
just
in near
4
future,
and 1,400 are still
yes,
jailed.
But I hope.
So you can't really call this amnesty.
Now we have unofficial about 5,000 political prisoners. According to this, now 1,500 political prisoners. But
More or less,
I
yes.
hope in near future, probably in a couple of days, Lukashenko release more and more political prisoners, because today in Belarus is a holiday. Also, yes. And it's also interesting process. So just try to analyze what happened now in head of Lukashenko, and what happened with him in Astana during his conversation with leader of China and President Kazakhstan, etc. I hope it's a true process for him, because there are no another way for Lukashenko. Because, for my view, for him it will be better if he release all political prisoners. It will be better, because no problem for him, no pressure for him from the countries, from the outside countries, from the some experts, etc. But he's not so good guy.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem that he's very flexible. He may, of course, change his mind during his trip to Astana, Kazakhstan. But let me quote Aleksandr Lukashenko talking about the current situation on the Polish-Belarusian border. That's from yesterday's meeting. The key thing is that I have no intention of ordering the border service, the army and the rest, the civilians, to defend the European Union at the border of Belarus and Poland. You've started choking us and force us to protect you from these poor people. And then he said, you will not be able to use migration flows against us. We, our reporters, should more broadly demonstrate the truth about migrant flows. And this seems pretty strange to me, that on one hand, he admits that he will not disturb migrants from storming the European border. And on the other hand, he tries to convince his audience that it is the West using migrants against Belarus. Now, this is super confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not first time when he said about that. A few years ago, he said that Merkel invited migrants from Belarus, welcome to your union, and that is stupid. But I believe this crisis was handmade by Lukashenko and probably Putin, because they invite migrants, they give their visa, and then Lukashenko gave them some instruments to ruin the wall on the border, etc. And this is terrible for security in Europe. Lukashenko now also he also now ask money from Euro Union to pay him for his services on the safe border, but it's not possible now, because he ruined all relations between the Euro Union and Belarus, and I believe Lukashenko only understand language of ultimatum, not diplomacy. When Poland sent him strong message, few days. No doubt, no chance for Lukashenko to win this game. That is why I believe and I hope Poland government will continue do these measures for stop migration crisis and to prepare some another measures for release political prisoners, because it's humanitarian aspect. If we thinking about trade, cooperation, etc., we must also thinking about humanitarian aspect, because these two issues, migration crisis and political prisoners, I cannot divide this, because it's one topic, because if he gives them one instrument, he will continue repression, etc. It's dangerous for security in Europe. That is why I believe it's a true way, and I hope Lukashenko will continue to do it.
Yes, the question remains whether Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping will come to a solution on the issue, because well, it's obvious that the current migrant crisis was designed in Moscow, not in Minsk. Now, talking about the Russian-Belarusian relations, what do you think of Lukashenko's words that there are no red lines when it comes to the use of nuclear weapons that are currently deployed in Belarus to attack Ukraine? Because that's what he said, that if there's any sort of a clash with Ukrainian forces on the Ukraine-Belarusian border, he's ready to use nuclear missiles against Kiev. What do you think of it?
I think that just blah blah blah, nothing more, because Lukashenko is not control these nuclear weapons on Belarus.
Precisely, he cannot use them. They don't belong. It's
Russian nuclear weapons, and Putin have a button for press, not Lukashenko. He's just probably dreams, but it's not possible. And I think it's just some conversation, some just message for some auditorium in Belarus. But Lukashenko afraid nuclear war, afraid war, etc. And he said yesterday also and today that Belarus don't want war, took part in war, etc. I think he now afraid of his safety, personal safety, his and his family. Because Lukashenko is a soldier of Putin, and he's a puppet of Putin. Yeah, so probably Putin now using Belarus for his personally issues to attack Ukraine, continue, etc. But it's very important for stop repression in Belarus, because it's a way for democratization in Belarus. And this instrument, like ultimatum for Lukashenko, with using tools like trains, like cargo that cross Belarus, is a way how to how to release Belarus from nuclear weapons, how to stop this war attack to Ukraine also from Belarus, because Russian soldiers, Russian army using Belarus now for attack to Ukraine. I believe it's also a very strong message will be if Poland, Euro Union, together with China probably, send this message to Moscow, to Lukashenko. Why not?
Sure. Well, there's always question. Why not? Dmitry Balkunets, political writer and analyst, was our guest today. Thank you.
Thank you
very much, Dmitry. And thank you for watching, and we invite you to stay with us for more here on TVP World.